it's me Devin, and today I have my April book haul for you. Now, as you guys know, Easter was last Sunday, and with Easter means the end of Lent. Now, I'm not a religious person at all, but I'm going to use Lent for a book buying ban, and it worked out fine. I didn't buy any books, which is a good thing. So a couple days ago, I placed an order to BarnesandNoble.com for 2 or 3 books, and then the other day while I was at school, I decided, you know what, I just want to go there in person, and ended up getting a few more books. So all these books I got at Barnes & Noble, so let's get started, shall we? First, let's start off with our Barnes & Noble order from online. Okay, put that right here. Get a bubble wrap. Okay. Now 2 of these books I've already read, but I wanted to own them because I read them at the library. And the first book is 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher. I really love this book, and I think every person in middle school should own it. Basically, this book's about a boy named Clay who one day under his doorstep gets a box of cassette tapes. And as you start listening to them, you realize they're the voice of Hannah Baker, a girl who recently committed suicide in his high school. And there are 13 tapes, and on those tapes are 13 reasons why she ended up committing suicide, which are 13 different people that affected her. And he's one of them. So it's a really good book. It's really impactful, I think, if you really think about it. So I think everybody should give this book a chance. Now the second book I have here, I usually don't do movie covers, but I really enjoyed this book, and this movie cover does do the book justice. And I don't know if you guys can guess already, but that is The Maze Runner by James Dashner. This book, the cover is so cool. It feels really cool. It feels really nice. In the back. Come on guys, it's got Dylan O'Brien in the back. Even if you don't like the cover in the front, get it because it's Dylan on the back. It's becoming a movie and it's coming out in September, so I wanted to get the new copy of the movie cover. I'll be rereading The Maze Runner before the movie comes out, so maybe we can do it together. And the last book I ended up getting at Barnes & Noble online is actually a book I haven't read yet, but I've heard good things about, and I love the cover. And when I read the premise of it, I was like, gotta have it. And that is Alienated by Melissa Landers. This book is basically, you know how we have foreign exchange students come over, you know, parents will let them sleep at their house for like the summer and they learn abroad and stuff like that. Same thing, except for it's an alien exchange program, not just a foreign exchange program. So, a girl named Clara Sweeney is going to be sharing her house with a boy named Alex, who's the alien on the cover. And this cover is beautiful. Can you see that? This cover is gorgeous. So yeah, I actually found out that the author is doing a readathon on April 28th to the 12th, I believe, of May. So I got this just in time, so I can't wait to read this. And next, we've got our Barnes & Noble in-store purchase. So first, I'm going to go to a thing that is actually not a book, and that is my little owl bookmark. It's one of those ribbon ones. It actually has a little owl on top. Let me see if I can focus it. It's got a little owl, and on the bottom of the owl, there's a little charm that says wise. It's really cute, and this is the only ribbon bookmark I own. Usually the rest of them are paper. So I can't wait to start using this. This next book I recently heard of like a month ago. The author on Twitter, Lynn Matson, has been doing a lot of like Twitter giveaways and questions and what ifs, stuff like that. So I decided to pick it up because it's my kind of story as well. And that is Nil by Lynn Matson. This is basically about a girl who ends up showing up on an island which doesn't exist, and she finds out that once you land on this island, you have 365 days, exactly 1 year, to find your way off. The day is different for every person, so if she shows up on May 1st, another kid shows up on June 12th, that both have 1 year from the day they show up to get off. And if they don't, the portal closes and they die. So I'm like, ooh, survival, island, awesomeness. So the cover's really nice too, it's like a papery feeling. So I'm hopefully going to be starting this soon. Next book, I've heard nothing but good things about from the girls at Epic Reads, and that is Salvage by Alexandra Duncan. Now this is a standalone sci-fi fantasy type of story. I've heard it's very feminist too, which is amazing. Girl power. I don't know so much about it. She does something wrong and she's sent to Earth, which in this book they live on a different planet or they live in a spaceship thingy, and Earth is a bad place now, I guess you could say. So she's basically sent there, and then she learns new things, and that's all I really know. This book is really thick too. Can you see that? It's 450 pages, so I'm glad there's actually like a sci-fi standalone. There's not much of those lately. So this one will actually be starting very soon as well. And lastly, my most anticipated book of April. Now, as you guys may not know, I am in love with dragons. And I've read the book Eon by Alison Goodman. There's Voices of Dragons by Carrie Vaughn. I read Aragon. There's so many dragon books out there. So when I saw this on Epic Reads Tea Time show, I'm like, I gotta get this. And that is Talker 25 by Joshua McCoon. Now, this cover, guys, do you see that? It's all like rusty, and then you got the two that looks like a dragon with wings. I think this is like one of my favorite covers this year as well. Now I know this is basically like a military style post-apocalyptic dragon type thing. All I know is they like live among us, the dragons. All I know is it's dragons, and I love dragons, so I'm going to read it. That's all for my April book haul. I hope you guys had a great month in April. I don't know how many more books I'll be buying. I might get one more book depending if I go to Barnes & Noble again or if I buy it online, but I don't know if I'll be buying that many more books this month or next month. I have myself on a book buying limit, which I'll explain in a different video. But yeah, it's basically whatever books I read to pick what books I can buy. So I hope you guys had a great April. I hope you are all enjoying the books you are reading. And happy readings! Bye! Alright, let's see if I get this screenshot going, shall we? I noticed all the books I got from Barnes & Noble, fine. At least when I got in the store. One's online, not so much.